Okay, sige. I guess kaya habol na lang yung iba, no? Sige, let's proceed. O medyo Mr. Ferrer, medyo layo tayo ng konti sa mga kasama mo. Nag-feedback yung sound.
So good afternoon, everyone. Continuing our group's reporting, we have The Childhood of Rizal. On some other book, they use the topic title, The Childhood of Epanum. Epanum is someone who is exceptionally talented and admired. Rizal, especially during his childhood, was none less than Epanum. Rizal's family lived on Laguna Lake Shore at the foot of Mount Makiling. Jose Rizal's first memory in his infancy was his happy days in their family garden when he was 3 years old. Their courtyard contained tropical fruit trees, foliage yard, and a stable for the ponies. He enjoyed singing the magnificent beauty of Laguna de Bay. His eagerness to learn can be used to characterize his childhood, even frequenting to church nearby his home to watch and observe people. Because the young Pepe was weak, sickly, and undersized, he was given the fondest care by his parents. Despite his physique, he can do things like other young men. He was well guided, particularly by his mother, who served as his first teacher. When Rizal is 3, she taught him alphabet and how to pray on a daily basis, including the recitation of Holy Rosary. Another childhood memory was the daily Angelus prayer in their family. Rizal recorded in his memoir that by nightfall, his mother would gather all the children daw po in their home just to pray Angelus. At the early age of 3, he started to take part in the family prayers daw po. His mother noticed that he could write poems at the young age and encouraged him to keep writing. So he was able to write a poem about his home sound in memory of my sound, a poem about his love for his home sound, reminiscing daw po about his beautiful memories as a young boy and cherishing the scenic beauty of his home sound. So the influences of his father po is that his father built him a small nipa that served as both a sanctuary for him to play with his siblings and a resting place for him. He was also attended by an ayah, a nursemaid, to look after his needs. His nursemaid once told him ghost stories, treasure stories, legends, and folk tales. There was a time daw po when little Jose Rizal refused to eat his evening meal. She would scare him with stories about aswang, nuno sa punso, and tikbalang po. When Jose was 7 years old, his father provided him an exciting experience of riding casco on their way to a pilgrimage of Antipolo. So yung pilgrimage of Antipolo was to fulfill the vow made by Jose's mother to take him to the shrine of Virgin of Antipolo. Kasi his mother daw po used to pray for Virgin Mary for a safe delivery of her and her child po. From Antipolo.
So, Mr. Ferrer, before you proceed with the influence of Jose Rizal's father, ano yun naman yung summary ng present mo kanina about sa contribution or influence ng mother ni Jose sa kanya? As a summary na lang, your insight.
So, yung main contribution po ng mother niya is, yung main influence po ng mother niya is I think yung pinaka-earliest knowledge niya po sa alphabet. That's
Mhm.
why she learned to write and read po. Ayun po pinaka-significant or pinaka-importanting influence po ng mother niya.
Okay. And sige, ano pa?
She pursued him to continue writing poems po.
Okay, siya din yung nag-encourage sa kanya makapagsulat ng poem. Okay?
Yeah.
Any additional information from the group? Wala na? Okay, thank you. Sige, then you can proceed to the influence of his father now.
Just like I said, the influence of his father is one, he builds him is money pa. He also hires a nursemaid, which I just told you guys na nag-influence din yung maid na yon on Rizal's childhood by providing him stories. Wait lang po, someone's calling me. Sorry po. Sorry po. Yung tito ko po. Sorry po ulit.
Sige, sige. Okay lang.
And yung third po na influence ng father niya po na nahanap ko po is yung memorable childhood trip ni Rizal sa Antipolo. Just like I said earlier, yung sa Antipolo po kasi, yung pinuntahan po nila sa Antipolo is yung pilgrimage of Virgin Mary, yung shrine ni Virgin Mary, which I think vow siya ng mother niya, pero yung father niya yung nag-fulfill na pupunta sila doon. Ayun lang po yung nahanap ko po dun sa influence ng father niya po. Next, the influences of his uncles. 3 uncles who were brothers of his
So, as a summary, influence of his father. O kanina no, yung kay mother niya, siya yung unang teacher. Then si father niya, ano naman yung summary niya? Bigyan natin ng highlights yung important details dito. Mr. Ferrer. Mr. Ferrer, ano yung pinaka-summary?
Pinaka-highlight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait lang. Siguro yung guidance ng father niya into a normal childhood po.
Okay.
Kasi yung father niya is more on vocational eh. Yung father niya just want him to make happy. Just want to make Jose Rizal happy po.
Okay. Sige, sige. Sige, proceed tayo dun sa uncles niya.
So there were 3 uncles who were brothers of his mothers daw po. The youngest uncle, named Jose Alberto, took care of teaching regular lessons to Rizal. He also inspired him to cultivate his artistic ability. The next uncle is his youth's uncle Manuel, who developed his physique by encouraging him to fortify his body through physical exercises until he had a body of steel po. The last uncle po is Gregorio, who instilled in the mind of Rizal that it was not easy to obtain something until you put effort into it po. He also intensifies Rizal's avidness to read good books.
So, okay, so tatlo yung uncle na-mention dito, no, uncle ni Rizal. Okay, so una si Alberto, which is ano yung pinaka-focus ng kanyang contribution or influence kay Rizal, specifically sa kanyang studies, no? Ano po?
Regular lessons lang po.
Regular lessons or naka-focus siya sa arts, si Alberto? No,
And
naka-focus siya sa
also
arts.
regular lessons in arts.
What about si Manuel? Uncle Manuel.
Well po is more on his physique po.
Saan?
Sa physique niya po, sa body. Body
Okay, so
development.
yes. And si Uncle Gregorio is
Moral.
moral or saan? Ano pa?
And also reading good books.
Mhm. Okay, sige, thank you.
Next is what I categorize as a playful activities. As a gift, the child Jose received a pony named Alipato from his father. As a child, he loved to
Please
ride.
take note of that ha, yung alaga ni Rizal na pony, Alipato. Wala siya dyan sa presentation, but please take note of that. Another one is yung kanyang aso, which is, dito. O sige, banggitin mo na lang siya mamaya.
Another one was his nocturnal walk with Usman, his black dog. Other called it Bergasa. So his favorite activity when he was young was molding animals out of clay and wax. He was about 6 years old daw po when his sister once laughed at him for spending much time making clays and wax images. Initially keeping silent, then prophetically told them, "All right, laugh at me. All right, laugh at me now. Someday when I die, people will make monuments and images of me." The young Rizal was also interested in magics. He read books about magics. He learned different tricks like making a koi disappear and making a handkerchief vanish in the thin air. So, ayun po yung mga nahanap kong playful activities ni Rizal.
Thank you, Mr. Ferran. Question po. Questions? About sa tragic fate naman niya. Is this part of your presentation, Mr. Ferrer, or may iba na?
Yes po, next slide na po.
Okay. Question po about sa presentation ni Mr. Ferrer, or shall we proceed with this? Okay na tayo? Okay, then, sige po. Continue.
The last slide was the tragic fate on Rizal's childhood. Rizal experienced his first grief when he was 4 years old as a result of the death of his younger sister, Concepcion. When Concha died of sickness in 1865, Jose mourned because he was closer to her. He later wrote in his memoir, "When I was 4 years old, I lost my little sister, Concha. And then, for the first time, I shed tears caused by love and grief." Ayun lang po.
Okay, sige po. So, 4 years old lang siya. Si Rizal. Nung mamatay yung kanyang kapatid. Kasi magkasunod sila, di ba? 1 year lang yung pagitan nila. And 3 years old lang nabuhay yung kanyang kapatid na si Concha. Is that the end of your presentation or meron pang karugtong?
Ayun lang po yung na-conclude po sa childhood ni Rizal po.
Good
Okay,
afternoon, sir.
sige. Let us, okay.
Ano pa po
Miss
sana
Chloe.
kay Collado? Paging po, Miss Collado. Where are you?
Nakaseparate yung presentation niya
Yes, sir.
about doon.
Pero,
Okay, sige. Please, paki-prepare na lang.
wait, sir. Hinahanap ko po muna si Collado.
Okay. Sige.
Nandito po ba si Miss Collado?
Okay na?
Sir, it seems like wala po si Collado. Should we skip it or continue the one po?
Again, Mr. Batawil, hindi ko masyado maintindihan.
Wala po kayo si Collado, sir. Should we skip it or just ano po?
Okay. So, dito muna tayo. Sige, kung ano yung nakaprepare sa inyo.
Okay, so I'll just read it. So can you please next slide po? So for our introduction, Jose Rizal's ancestral lineage can be traced back to several notable individuals. Here are some of his prominent ancestors. So, napag-aralan natin dati na Jose Rizal was a descendant of Domingo Lamco, a pure Chinese citizen, pure-blooded Chinese citizen. So, Domingo Lamco, also known as Lamco C, was Rizal's great-great-grandfather. He was a Chinese immigrant who arrived in the Philippines from Xinjiang, Fujian province from the late 17th century. Next po. So, now let's know who is this Lorenzo Alberto Alonso. Lorenzo Alberto Alonso is Rizal's maternal grandfather, was a highly educated and influential man. He served as the cabeza de barangay in Binyan, Laguna, where Rizal spent his significant part of his childhood. So, I guess na ibigay din ng facts na yung father ni Rizal is became a cabeza de barangay. So, his grandfather ano to? From maternal side was also a cabeza de barangay. So, you can see when they are more or less political in their family. So, next po. Francisco Mercado, Rizal's father, came from family of Chinese mestizos. He was a successful farmer, leaseholder, and well-respected member of the community in Laguna. So, when you when you say mestizos, these are what we call half-blooded, kumbaga. So, he's a Chinese mestizo. So, next po. So, Teodora Alonso Algrelonda, Rizal's mother, hailed from a prominent and educated family in Manila. She was known for her intelligence, artistic talents, and strong character. These are just examples of notable ancestors who played a role in shaping Jose Rizal's family background, values, and aspirations. The diverse heritage and influences from both his Chinese and Filipino ancestors contributed to Rizal's multifaceted identity and his profound impact on the Philippine history.
Okay? So, hanggang dito lang yung part mo, Mr. Batawil.
Yes, sir.
So, yung next part kay... Kanino na yung next part na? Kanino yung next part dito?
Sir?
Kanino na yung next part?
Tapos na po, sir, yung kay Denver po na childhood, sir.
So, wala na?
Yes, sir, yun na po yung...
About sa early education niya.
Ibang group na po, sir. Group 3 na po.
Okay? So, clarification, questions, and additional information to what they have presented today by Group 2, Mr. Batawel and Mr. Ferrer. May questions po kayo?
None, sir.
Okay, so shall we now proceed to the presentation of the Group 3? Okay na. Group 3. Okay, sige.
So, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bernadette B. Migarini, and I continue discussing about Chapter 3. So, in early education. Next slide po.
O, ba't parang nawala? Miss Gonzales, nawala yung present mo.
Wait lang, nagloloko po yung laptop.
O, sige, sige. Okay na?
Okay na po, sir.
Okay, sige po.
So, first teacher po ni Jose Rizal is ang kanyang mother po na si Doña Chedora Alonso Riolunda. So, in Rizal at the age of 3, learned the alphabet and prayer. So, the mother of wrote by Rizal in student in Binyan taught me So, tinuruan po niya ang kanyang anak na si Jose Rizal to how to read and to say healthy, humble prayers which I raised to fervently God. So, his mother taught to read, not just to read but also to how to pray. So, as a tutor po of Rizal Doña Chodora, ang naging patient po ang kanyang mother and consciousness and understanding po ang kanyang mother. So, ang mother din po ni Jose Rizal ang unang nakadiskubre na may talent po siya sa poetry. So, accordingly, she encouraged him to write poems to lighting monotony in memorizing the ABCs, and her son imaginations and related many stories. So as Jose Rizal grew the older, his parents employed in her. So ang kanyang parents po ay nag-employ po ng private tutor po ni Rizal sa bahay po nila. So, next slide po. So, ang unang tutor po ni Rizal is si Maestro Celestino at ang pangalawang tutor po ni Jose Rizal is Maestro Lucas Pajo at ang pangatlo naman po is si Leon Monroy. So itong si Leon Monroy po is former classmate ni Francisco na ama na Rizal. So si Leon Monroy po is nakatira po sa bahay nila Rizal at tinuturuan na rin po niya si Rizal ng Spanish and Latin language. Kaya lang po, hindi po siya nabuhay ng matagal kasi after 5 months po kasi namatay po si Leon Monroy.
Yes. Okay. So, after that 5 months na namatay si Leon Monroy, anong nangyari? So, natigil na yung pag-tutor kay Jose Rizal. Saan na siya napunta?
So, nung June 1869 po, kasi nung age of 8 po na si Rizal is Rizal needed to leave his family to study in Binyan po. So nag-decide po ang kanyang ama na si Francisco na kailangan ng dalhin si Rizal o kailangan ng formal education, yung tipong po ma-engage or siya or makikipag-interact na po siya sa ibang tao or classmate or ibang student po na kaya po nakapag-decide po ang kanyang ama na dalhin po si Rizal sa Binyan, Laguna po.
Okay. What's next after that? So, sinend na siya sa private school after ng mga after mamatay ng private tutor niyang si Monroy. Okay? Sige po, continue.
Next slide, B. So, the first day to Binyan po is si Maestro Justinino Rizal. So, si Rizal, minsan po na rin po siyang napagalitan ni Maestro Justino Cruz. So, he added reward and punishment as his method of teaching. He used corporal punishment to inculcate discipline to his students. So, dahil nung tinawag po one time po si Rizal, kung alam po ni Rizal kung alam niya ba po ang Latin or Spanish o marunong po ba siyang mag-Latin at Spanish po. Ang answer po kasi ng Rizal is ampoho. So ang ibig sabihin nun po is konti lamang po.
What's the word again?
Ampoho, sir.
Ampoho.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sige, please continue.
Kasi po, ang teaching strategy po ni si Maestro Justiniano Cruz ay gusto po niya, lahat po ng student niya ay magbabasa and bago po pumasok sa klase niya po ay dapat alam na po sila at nag-advance reading na po sila. So, yun po yung way ng pagtuturo ni Maestro Justiniano.
Buti na lang, hindi ako ganun, no? Sige.
So, during those times po, teacher were allowed students, so they have discipline. So, according sa diary po ni Rizal, ayaw niya maalala kung ilang beses na siyang napalo sa mga teachers niya, especially po kay Maestro Justiniano, rather than ang gusto kasi maalala ni Rizal ay ang lesson on those beatings po, sir.
Okay. Sige.
Next slide na rin. So, si Pedro po, he was challenged by Rizal to a fight.
Anong fight yan?
So, si Rizal po ay si Rizal po kasi is biktima din po ng bullying. So, si Pedro, tinawanan ni Pedro si Rizal during conversations with Maestro Justiniano. So, ang ginawa ni Rizal, hinamon niya po si Pedro na makipaglaban sa kanya and so, si Pedro naman po ay tinanggap niya yung hamon po ni Rizal. So, dahil sa tingin po ni Pedro ay matatalo niya po si Rizal, ay kasi po literal po na maliit daw po si Rizal. So, ang hindi po alam kasi ni Pedro ay may alam si Rizal sa wrestling dahil ang tiyo niya po dahil po nag-training po siya kay tiyo niya Samuel. Kaya po alam po si...
Yes, tama. Okay. And si Juancho?
So, si Juancho, Rizal teachers in painting po niya.
Okay. Sige po, continue.
So, in return to Calamba po, in December 1870 po, he received a letter from his sister Saturnina advising him to ride that streaming talent that will bring him back to Calamba. And December 17, 1870 po, in 1 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday, he reached him home at Calamba po.
Okay, yes. Please continue lang.
So, good afternoon, sir. I'm Micaela Gonzalez po. And sa pagpapatuloy po, the imprisonment of Doña Teodora. Doña Teodora was charged and imprisoned for 2 years without trial for falsehoods leveled against her, particularly an accusation that she attempted to poison her sister-in-law. Doña Teodora was 45 years old. So, nung 11 years old po si Jose Rizal ay nasaksihan po niya kung gaano po yung pambihirang katapangan po ng kanyang ina na kung saan inaresto po yung kanyang ina ng mga Kastila at no, wait. Sir, sorry po, may tumawag lang po. So yun po, inaresto po si Doña Teodora sa kadahilan ng pinagbintangan po siya na siya po yung parang naglason po sa sister-in-law niya, which is si Teodora Alberto. Yun po yung asawa ng kanyang kapatid na si Jose Alberto po.
No, please take note of that. No, tandaan niyo yun.
The Guardia Civil made Doña Teodora walk 50 kilometers around Laguna to humiliate her and prolong her sentence. So Doña Teodora po is pinaglakad po nila ng 50 kilometers mula Calamba po yun hanggang Santa Cruz. And nahuli po si Doña Teodora ng mga Guardia Civil sa tulong po ng mga nung Guardia Civil, which is yung Guardia Civil po kasi yung parang pinaka-leader nila is parang tawag dito, parang kabit po ni Teodora Alberto po. Kasi pagkagaling po ni Jose Alberto po, which is yung asawa ni Teodora Alberto na kapatid po ni Doña Teodora, is nanggaling po siya sa isang parang business trip po mula sa Europe, and nadatnan na lang po niya na parang si Alberto po is parang may kalaguyo na po, ganun po.
Okay. To make the story short, bakit namatay si Doña Teodora? Bakit nakulong, si Doña Teodora is because of
napagbintangan po siya na po.
And ilang years siya ulit namatay? Ay, namatay. Sorry, ano ba? Nakulong.
2 years po.
2 years. And ano yung pagpaparusang ginawa sa kanya?
Pinaglakad po siya ng 50 kilometers po. Yun po is mula Calamba po hanggang Santa Cruz.
Okay. Yes. Sige, continue.
So Jose Rizal was 11 years old when this happened in the 1870s. This was just one of many sacrifices she had to make to keep her family safe. These persecutions also sowed the seed of indignation in an 11-year-old Rizal, prompting him to write powerful anti-Spanish propaganda many years later. Sir, yung next po is, nag-message daw po sa inyo si Camille po.
Ano daw yun?
Sir, nag-PM daw po siya. Kasi may emergency daw po. Sila po kasi yung next po.
Nakaseparate yung mga ninyo, presentation ninyo. Dapat nasa iisang siya.
Sir, hindi pa po nila binigay kasi yung part po nila. Kasi may emergency po.
So, after that presentation ni Camille Quintos. May part pa ba yung iba dito sa inyo? So, we can proceed with that.
Sir, wala na po kasi po si Nelson din po, hindi pa po nakapag-send po ng part po niya.
Wala na?
Wala na po, sir.
Oh. Okay, so chapter 4, maybe? Ready na yung magpe-present ang chapter 4? Or do you want to end this? So, bigyan ko na lang kayo ng activity. So, wala si Miss Quintos. Which is, ang part niya is, ano yung part niya dito?
Sir, Gumborza po.
Yung sa Gumborza. Anyway, sige. Bigyan ko na lang kayo ng activity para at least after ng discussion natin ng Wednesday, kasi continue lang natin yung discussion, and then after that chapter 4 is activities na lang. Quiz na lang pala muna. Quiz na isa and then activities na lang kayo. Medyo matagal-tagal pa naman yung exam and na-cover na natin lahat yung mga lessons na i-discuss ng pang-prelim. So medyo mahaba pa, no? So magbibigyan na lang ako sa inyo ng activity today para siguro short activity na lang. Make a timeline. Yes, Mr. Gabriel. Yes po, you're raising your hand. Mr. Gabriel, may sasabihin ka?
Walang quiz or may magre-report po.
Ano yan?
Sa Wednesday po,
Yung,
may quiz po ba or may magre-report?
hindi muna, tapusin muna natin lahat to ng mga discussion natin. Kasi chapter 4 na lang yung natitira. Nakita nyo na, di ba? Na-send ko na sa inyo.
Yes po, sir.
Naghati-hati na kayo doon?
Yes po, nahati na din po.
Ilang groups kayo doon?
Sir, dalawa po. Group 4 po, tsaka group 5.
May group pa bang hindi makakapag-present in case? Hanggang group 5 lang kayo? May group 6? Wala.
Sir, wala po.
So, hanggang group 5 lang sa chapter 4. Tama ako. Okay, sige. Check ko lang yung attendance niya pala. Wait lang. Mr. Malyari? Malyari, wala. Ferrer, andito. Tulaw? Miss Tulaw? Wala. Pinulyar. Okay, ang daming absent.
Present, sir.
Andito si Miss Pinulyar. Zapata, andito. Buminsay.
Sir.
Bautista. Pangilinan.
Present po.
Pangilinan. Andito.
Sir,
Gabriel.
present.
Hoves.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Rara. Kiros, wala siya, no? Ulipas.
Sir, dito po po.
Andito na? Kala ko si Miss, Kiros yung sumagot. Gamboa.
Sir, yes, sir. Kiros Sir, po.
Andito na si Miss Kiros.
Yes, sir. Kanina po.
So, okay na tayo mag-proceed.
Sir, Quintos po yung wala.
Ay, sorry. Nalilito ako. Miss Gamboa.
Sir, present po.
Ballesteros,
Sir, present po.
Tabuga,
Sir, present po.
Gonzales,
Sir, present po.
Mingarini, Quintos, ito wala.
Sir, present po.
Cabreros. Wala siya.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Colado. Miss Colado, wala. Batawil, Jelecami. Okay, so yung mga absent ha, note ko lang dito. Ulitin ko.
Sir, nandito po ako.
Malyari, Tulaw, wala si Miss Tulaw. Miss Quinto, and Colado. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay. O sige, ano na lang, activity na lang ako sa inyo. Activity na lang ako ng... Wait lang ah. Okay. O, kumakanta na si Mr. Cabreros.
Ay! Sorry po, sir.
Okay, that's okay. Sige, ang gagawin nyo na lang is in 1/2 sheet of paper. Gawa na lang kayo ng summary ng about sa childhood ni Rizal. At the same time, yung early education niya. Kung sino yung tao, ano yung na-contribute niya lang. Yun lang. Tao, tas yung contribution niya doon sa education ni Rizal. No? And then, doon sa childhood niya, si mama niya, ano yung mga na-contribute niya. Si papa niya, ano yung contribution niya. Okay? Yung kapatid niya, kung sino yung mga na-mention doon lang, yun lang yung focus. No need to include lahat ng mga kapatid niya. Kung ano yung pinaka-highlights lang doon sa yung pagkabata ni Rizal. So, sa 1/2 lang ha, sa harap, yung sa kanyang childhood, di ba? Halimbawa, doon sa mother niya, become a first teacher. Siya din yung nagturo doon sa, nagpangaral yung about doon sa kwento ng The Story of the Moot. O, di ba? Yun, isulat niyo na lang siya. Kumbaga parang isa-summary niyo. And then sa early education niya, sino yung mga naging teacher? Saang school. Ganoon. Okay? So search lang kayo para at least yung information mag-retain sa inyo. Okay tayo?
Yes po, sir.
Yes. Okay. So you are going to submit that one to me. That will be your activity 1. Tama? Yan yung unang activity na pinapagawa ko sa inyo. Yes. So that will be your activity 1 for the prelim. And siguro magbibigay pa ako ng 2. Isa or 2 pang activities para sa prelim. Okay? So, question po? Wala na? Okay, so kung wala nang katanungan, let's call it the day and class dismiss. Palive na lang po. Thank you.